Hello and welcome, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 14th to the 20th of August 2023. I have chosen two very interesting decks this week. This is a new deck that arrived in my collection this week. It's an oracle deck called I'm Here. It is an emotional deck. It is a deck to do self-healing and self-care, dealing with emotions specifically. Fabulous deck. And because I wanted to use that deck, I found a tarot deck that I thought would go really well with it. And this is the Happy Tarot. So this is a cute, self-love, caring, kind, considerate deck, and so is the Happy Tarot. And both of them have got clouds on the background. They're both cute and fabulous, and they work so well together. So let's push these out of the way, and let's get started with the shuffle. I'm going to do things a little bit differently this week, in that I'm going to shuffle and lay out all the cards face down, and then we will turn them over and see the message that comes through. So as I shuffle the I'm Here Oracle for air signs, for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, we're setting the intention for the week of the 14th to the 20th of August 2023, and we're asking that the card that we draw here be exactly where you're at. What do you need to be aware of, focusing on, and what is the general theme for the week ahead for all Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, please. Okay, happy with that shuffle. Cutting and taking a deck off the top, a card off the top, not a deck off the top. Right, the colors are going to be terrible. Bear with me for a second. Let's start shuffling the Happy Tarot. So we're giving the Happy Tarot a shuffle again, setting intentions for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius for the week ahead. What do you need to know? What do you need to be mindful of? What will you be navigating and dealing with this week? What is the theme? What do you need to be aware of, mindful of? How can we assist to make it a great week for all air signs this week? Okay, cards are shuffled. Let's cut the deck right at the back apparently, and we're going to lay out 4 cards, again face down, and we'll turn them over one by one to see the message. Let's tidy up because I can't put cards down straight. Right. That's about as neat as it's gonna get. Let's have a look at our oracle. So the first card for air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, what is the week ahead have in store for you? We have got a week of reflect. It says across the bottom here, looking inward without judgment can lead you to your truth. So here we have a person who was looking at themselves in the reflection. We've got the clouds in the reflection, and that's what it is. There's nobody else around. So there's nobody else to add to that judgment. There's nobody else that says, oh, but what about this and what about that? This is self-reflection, because this is what our week is about. It's about, we're looking at self-care. We're looking inward. We're looking at ourselves. We're going to see how the tarot is going to contribute to this in a second. But it is important that we do this. And air signs for every single one of you, you know, as we go through life, as we go through the days, the weeks, the months, the years, we do spend a lot of time in reflection, don't we? But our reflection is generally full of judgment. We only reflect to look at the bad, to look at what we've done wrong, what we could do better next time. We're always tend to focus on the negative. How often have you stood in front of a mirrored surface and actually complimented yourself and go, gosh, your eyes are so pretty, your hair is so nice, you've got such a nice nose? Like, I'm being really, really silly, but we need to do these kind of things. We need to actually focus on the positives and not only on the negatives. So reflect, looking inward, okay, without judgment. And that is like the key, is without judgment. When we take judgment away, we are accepting, we are being open, we are being honest, we are being truthful, we are being kind. Judgment brings all the negative. So looking inward without judgment can lead you to your truth. So if you're struggling with anything at the moment, you need to reflect on it. Reflect on yourself inwardly without judgment to see what it is. Let's have a look and see what the tarot wants to contribute on the reflection. So the first card we have is the Two of Swords. Okay, the first thing I notice with the Two of Swords is that she's blindfolded. Like, that's right off the bat. She is completely blindfolded. In front of her, now this is a really, truly cute deck, but in front of her here, we have these tiny, cute little kitty cats. But she's so blindfolded. She's so blind she can't see it. She can't appreciate it. She can't enjoy that which is right in front of her. She's also got her arms crossed in front of her chest. In other words, she is quite defensive. She does have swords to defend herself, to protect herself. But, and she's willing to use them if she needs to. But she's so blind that she can't see what's right in front of her. If she took the blindfold off and spent a bit of time in reflection, who knows what she would see. And I don't know about you, but if I saw those cute little kitty cats, my heart would just melt and I would just become a bundle of fluff with the kitty cats on the floor and I wouldn't have any problems in the world. But she's not giving herself the opportunity to do that. In her head, she's got problems, and those little kitty cats are probably big monstrous lions and tigers that are ready to pounce and kill her. So she's made a cute little fluffy situation become a huge big aggressive one. Why? Because she has not taken the time to reflect honestly and openly. What she's done is she's got the judgment taking place. Okay, and the message here for all of you air signs, for Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, is this week to take the blindfold off. Because you cannot reflect if you can't see the truth. And if you don't reflect, you won't see the truth. Next card. So here we have the Seven of Swords. So Seven of Swords is an interesting one, okay? And it's a card that I've sort of adjusted the interpretation of. So traditional interpretation of the card is not one that I relate to, not one that I gel with, not one that I subscribe to. To me, this is the card of saying you've got a lot going on. There's a lot that you want to do. But if you're just spontaneous, if you're just, taking advantage of opportunity as it strikes, you're not going to have as much success as you could have if you took time to strategize. So what does that mean with regards to our reflection? Reflect over here is basically saying to you, yes, you've got goals, you've got dreams, you've got ambitions, and you want to do it all. And you can do it all. But you're not going to have as much success if you just wing it, if you just keep that blindfold on and keep just slicing your swords left, right, and center. You're not going to have as much success. If you want to ensure greater success, you actually need to strategize. So to me, this is the card of strategy. This is the card of planning. This is the card of taking a minute, taking a time out, stopping all activity and say, right, this is what I want to achieve. In order to do that, I need to take step, 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 step. And that, again, brings us to reflection. But I'm going to, again, remind you of the reflect with no judgment. Okay? Because it's the judgment that puts the blindfold on. It's the judgment that crosses the swords in front of your chest. It's the judgment that stops you from enjoying success. And in this particular card with the Seven of Swords, it is the card that says that if you don't have a plan, you're not going to have as much success as you should have, as you deserve to have, and as you want to have. Because if you just do everything spur of the moment, spontaneous, there is a higher likelihood of failure, of making a mistake, of getting caught, of not succeeding. So if you want to make sure that you do succeed, if you want to make sure that you don't have any problems, take a minute, think about it. Think about it before acting. But you can't do that if you haven't got a full picture of what's happening in front of you. You can't do that if you're not sure of what it is you're dealing with. If you think you're fighting big, massive, aggressive tigers, your reaction is going to be very different to if you know that you're just dealing with cute little furry kitty cats. Let's have a look at the next tarot card. We have the Five of Swords. So there's a theme here. Air signs. And it's quite interesting that the suit of, or the element of air is the suit of swords. So we've got sword, 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 air, air, air. Like you guys are just spending far too much time in your heads at the moment. Far too much time in your heads. We have the Five of Swords. Now, Five of Swords and Seven of Swords have very similar kind of connotations. The Five of Swords here is about, having the courage and the confidence to do the thing that takes you out of your comfort zone, that goes against the grain a little bit, but it's almost like standing up to the bully. Okay, you've been bullied for the longest time. Somebody's been pushing you around and making you do their work, and this is you finally standing up to the bully and saying no more. Okay, maybe it's the bully that keeps you blindfolded. Maybe it's the bully who tells you that there's these huge big tigers that are going to attack you. Maybe that's what it is. So again, if we go back to the reflection with no judgment, we suddenly put things into perspective. All right, that's that card. We suddenly strategize and plan the demise of others, and the victory of ourselves. Because in order for one person to win, somebody has to lose. And you've probably been the person all along that's sort of stepped back and allowed others to have success. And this time around, this week, air signs, this week, 14 to 20 August, this week, is when you are needing to step up to the plate and say, hold a second, it's my turn. I am going to reflect on it. Because when we do reflect, it leads us to our truth. And our truth is that we're not prepared to put up with it any longer. We're not prepared to allow other people to push us around. That we are going to take control. That we are going to stand up for ourselves this week. I think that's very, very powerful. Let's have a look at our last card, putting it all into perspective. And we have the 9 of Cups. So we've climbed out of our heads. No more swords. And now we get into the emotions. And you know what? The 9 of Cups is what we call the wishes come true card. It's the wishes card. And if we look at it here, we have this cute little baby boy. And, he is sitting on his chair. And in front of him are all his wishes. I mean, here we have 9 cups filled with glorious ice cream. Every flavor, every color you can imagine. All his favorites are right there. So at this moment, his life is pretty perfect. He wants for nothing. He has everything his heart desires. And how did he get everything his heart desires? Because he admitted to himself what it is that he wanted. He didn't think logically and say, oh, okay, can I have a bowl of spaghetti, and can I have a bowl of vegetables, and can I have a bowl? Like, he didn't go to the practical stuff. He said, no, I want ice cream, and I want it in all these colors, and I want it in all these flavors, and I want a lot of ice cream. Your wishes can come true. But you know what, friends? Your wishes can only come true if you're honest with yourself. Yeah. If you're honest with yourself, if you're prepared to acknowledge within yourself what it is that you truly want, instead of being blinded, instead of just going through numbly, knowing that sometimes you have to go against the grain, that is how you arrive, achieve, and accomplish everything that you want. Sure, air signs. This is a powerful reading for this week. I'm going to leave it there, sending you all much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.